All right, Michael. So an important step in this process is to stop and understand that bullying doesn't define you and who you are. Can you explain that a little bit further for me?
Yeah, sure. So, as soon as our teacher or our mum tells us, oh, you're a victim of bullying, suddenly we put a label on ourselves. We absorb that. We go, oh, I'm a victim of bullying. Oh, I'm defined by some events that happened. It's like, no, that's not who you are. Who are you? Who do you want to be? Do you want to be a man of integrity? Do you want to be someone who's known for helping others? Do you want to be someone who makes a difference in the world? Or do you want to be someone who goes around declaring he's a victim of bullying? You can't let something that's happened define your future. You've got to choose who you're going to be. And no one else can tell you who you are. You have to choose that. And for me, I mean, when I was going through some tough times as a teenager, I defined myself as a guy with integrity, a guy who was going to be rock solid in what he said he'd do, and he was trustworthy. And that was what I held on to, that's who I am. Everything else is not who I am. So you got to choose who you are, and then you got to live that out. But no one else can tell you who you are. Only you can tell you who you are.
So what's the difference between the events that happen when you're being bullied and how you view yourself as a person?
Yeah, so the events are what happened. What happened? I was kicked, I was punched, I was spat on, I was called names. They are the events that happened, okay? But me as a person I'm a person who happened to go through that for a little while, if that happened to me. And so you're separating out the events that happen from who you are, because you are not what happened to you. You are not your past. You are not what they said about you. You are certainly not a bunch of events. You are you. And so that's sort of what we talk about when we're saying don't let bullying define you. And that's why it's important that parents, we can't say to our kids, you're a victim of bullying, because then you've just allowed events to define him.
All right, so when you're dealing with a situation of bullying, how do you separate the facts from the fiction?
Yeah, well, the facts are, it all comes down to, the facts are, he was mocked, he was teased, he was laughed at, he had his bag stolen and thrown on the roof. Okay, they're the facts, they're the events. Now, the fiction is what he declares to be true about the facts. So the fiction is, I was weak because I let them take my bag off me. No, that's fiction. That's made up. That's not the facts. Or the fiction is, everyone hates me. No, not everyone hates you. They may not have the courage to stand up for you, but they don't hate you. Most of them are just ignoring you, to be honest. It's like separating the facts of what happened from the fiction, the stories that we tell ourselves that aren't even true, that are almost guaranteed to be negative, because that fiction we create about the events, all it does is the drama. It's what they make TV out of, but it's not helpful to you. You want to get away from that and just be back in the realm of, here are the facts. Next time, here's what I'll do differently. Just stick with the facts, don't get into the fiction.